follow the marks of a Marist student, one of them being an agent of justice and peace. Being an agent of justice and peace entails us to grow in understanding with the Catholic social teaching, specifically to promote active compassion for the least favored. But don't take it from me. Let's go back to one of our favorite religion teachers, Mr. Bonnet, and let's ask him what he thinks. Mr. Bonnet, how do you define an agent of justice and peace?
Wow. Someone who's justice portion is someone who's always doing the right thing, even though it's difficult sometimes. When everybody else is going one direction, you know it's not right. You have to veer the other way and do the right thing. And it takes practice and a heart to know what's good. And that takes some time too, in lieu of what society tells us.
Like Mr. Bonnet said, being an agent of justice and peace involves doing what is just. One of the ways we were able to practice being an agent of justice and peace was through our service projects. For example, my service project was Caps for Chemo, where we raised bottle caps to raise funds for chemo patients who could not afford such expensive costs. This was only one of the countless ways that we are able to stand in solidarity with the less fortunate. On to the next one.
I love the part that St. Joe is a Catholic school, and the best part about it is the service part. Because we were required every grade to have a minimum of 5 service hours, and as we get older, we have more hours to do. And this year, I think it's the year where I'm most solid, and it made me a better person because we would have service programs, and I would realize that. So this year I realized that I'm more fortunate than others, and I'm blessed to have that because I have things that others don't have, and I decided to use that to do good in my community. That's my favorite part about doing service, bringing peace and happiness to this community.
So what Agents of Justice and Peace is like that us, the ones that are more fortunate, try to help the others by like in any way we can, like by giving food or trying to like teach them, such as like in classrooms, like helping people with dyslexia, as I do in my service class. And in my service project for social justice, I gave out food to the less fortunate in Matamoros. I went outside the hospital of the CMQ, and I gathered food for my friends, family, and anyone around the community that wanted to donate, and I distributed it to them and helped them have a little meal for the night.
Part of being an agent of justice and peace involves standing in solidarity with our community. Through CTM class, we've learned that with retreats, we are able to show our Marist values that we've learned through religion classes and SJA to be able to be models for their future. Being less fortunate does not only mean not having enough money. Being less fortunate can also mean that you don't have the spirit and confidence in the person that you are. We are leaders to those who don't know about the Marist values of agents of justice and peace. So it is our responsibility as followers to teach them about it.
Having the soccer team this year was a great experience for me to have because we had guys from every grade, and being a senior helped me to learn from them and for me to remind them that with God, anything is possible. I will take everything I learned from SJA and use it for my future. And by being an agent of justice and peace, we can successfully, all united, become one tribe.
Thank you, St. Joe.
Thank you, St. Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Cantu.